And check. Welcome to today's stream. Quite a mess in my rudder pedal. Okay, so today we are. Well, let me check a couple of stuff. We are in Indonesia, and yeah, we're doing this flight here, which is from Palembang to Pekanbaru. We are flying the nice TBM. I'm gonna talk about this TBM here, especially this registration number in the Tango Oscar Lima Alpha, because it's a legendary one for me. Wow, look at this. Interesting approach shape. By the way, look at that. Yeah, I was about to do another chasing storm flight, as I did yesterday, because it's full of hurricane actually around the world. I was checking about now with the I want wind. Go back to wind. Maybe we can check with satellite. Yeah, I was checking a little bit some images. Okay, right, let me refresh windy because it looks like it's a little bit bugged. Alright, yeah, look at this stuff around the world. I mean, we have a nice hurricane here. Yeah, not really nice, of course. Wow, it's super bugged. I can switch from wind to satellites, apparently. Yeah, look at this. The classical quiet eyes of the hurricane. Look at how it does change. So basically it's 0 knots in the center, and then look at that. Wow, that's incredible to see from this point of view. And we have another stuff here, which definitely looks like another forming hurricane. We have one in the Atlantic Ocean at the moment, which is, yeah, right there. Is it over some land now? Oh, well, I can't switch, apparently. No. I just passed here. And yeah, some formation there. Well, look at also this weather here. But yeah, full of interesting stuff around the world. Look at this rotation as well. But whatever, today we're flying in. Actually, we're not that far from. I mean, we are far, of course, but yeah, not that far from this hurricane. We are around there. We are flying the TBM. Long time I don't fly the TBM. Let's see if I'm able to come back to 2024. This is classical. Okay. Long time I don't fly the TBM. Definitely not after the SIM update 3. Don't even know if I flew it after the SIM update 2, actually. Well, we can check later. So yeah, let's start preparing the plane. This is a plane in which I'm quite experienced, even though I think I'm gonna use checklist today because long time I don't fly it. But yeah, basically in the first period I was using 2020, especially first months, I was like 90% of the flight to using this plane here with this call sign here. Again, I'm gonna talk about this later. Look at the details. Also, I saw that I was able to download. Wow, this detail is incredible. Wow, oh my god, look at this LED light. What the fuck? Yeah, so there was an enhancer mod, which is actually you can just download it for free, even in 2024. That was a little bit weird. I don't know if it's something new, because before in 2020 there was like a default one, and then you download the enhanced, and was like a mod that there was in the initial era of 2020. You could download on flightsim.io, but then was just included in the sim. So I don't know what that mod actually does. Look at the wing light here. Wow, let's go in. So I'm kind of curious to see if the plane is similar to before, or that we have some news. Okay, so first thing first, we have, of course, first thing first, I should file the flight plan of VATSIM. Let me do it. Okay. And then we have to load the plane, of course. So yeah, probably I will... Yeah, man, I'm gonna talk about this later, about chasing storm. I'm having some fun in the sim. Because it was quite funny last time. Okay. So, let's load the plane before. And there we go. So, we should have payload around 626 kilos, of which 150 are cargo. So it's basically 476 of passenger, which looks like, wow, that's quite a lot to be honest. Yeah, that's quite a lot to be honest. 476, more or less, yeah. And 150 here. Wow, we're very heavy. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Because if we are yeah, that could make sense. Well, the cargo is very, well, I'm gonna probably reduce a little bit this stuff also because our CG is not the best. 534 kilos. 534. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, the plane. Ooh, look at our. Yeah, our CG is not really liking it. So it's divided as. Okay, because this is the maximum, of course. Yeah, that's kind of weird to be honest. 95. Yeah, it's not counting the. Oh wow. No, this is wrong. Oh wow, it does. It did change our passenger, but yeah, I want. No, it's not. Yeah, still the loading system is very, very basic. Not really working properly, as you well know. Okay, now we are fine with the CG. Should be okay. Yeah, we're still kind of levitating, which is kind of scary to be honest. Very scary to be honest. The cargo is not changing our CG. Oh yeah, it's actually, it does change the CG. So I'm gonna lower it. Okay, that should be better. Yeah, but you are still floating with the front gear. I don't like that at all. So I'm gonna reduce. We're gonna go with 60 kilos probably. Yeah. Now we should be fine. I mean, doesn't really look that fine, but yeah. Okay, now we should be fine. All right. So we're gonna turn on the engine immediately. We don't have any ETC. Of course, we are in a more remote area today. We're gonna talk about some stuff a little bit, so it's quite an easy flight. There we have minimum VFR condition at destination, which can be not much interesting for me, at least, because we're gonna struggle if it gets worse. And I don't want to divert today, hopefully. Okay, before engine starts, let's go. Crash. Lever up. Okay. So we go on what? Wait a sec. Oh yeah, okay. Battery source. Then, yeah, I guess basically every one of you knows how to start up a TBM. Okay, we can start up already actually, and yeah, we will do it. We will do it. I just want to turn on the transponder if it's possible, which was here, right, in the TBM. Yeah. Okay, it's already on. 2000. Okay, 1228. We are on VATSIM today, so let's do it properly. Okay. Yeah, we could of course import the flight plan before to start up engine, but yeah, that's not really need to do it. Okay, we have the flight plan and everything, so let's start up. Okay. We just need the classic startup procedure. We don't have any ITT temperature. It's the first start of the day. So strobe lights, nav and strobes on. Ignition auto. which is here, and auto. It's already, no, it's not. Okay, it's already auto. Auxiliary fuel pump on. And we should have a cast measure. Let me close this. If you don't close this door, it's gonna close automatically when you start up engine. That's a cool. Oops. At least I guess, or is the Kodiak maybe that does it? No. Oops. Oh my god, I'm making a mess. Come on. Nice. Alright. Propeller is clear, started for 2 seconds, and after start, 30% low idle. So we're gonna move this one to low idle. And then at 52%, well, we can actually let the throttle on low idle until we set up everything. But we have to switch off the auxiliary fuel pump. Okay, let's go. Starter. 2 seconds, 1 and 2. We should have rotation. Yeah, we have. 30% now. Low idle. Fuel in, basically. Okay. Yeah, actually, the fuel pump can stay zone. Yeah, we should do the after start checklist as well. Okay, let's go. Okay, 50. Okay, over 52%. Everything looks fine. So GPU is not connect. Throttle into fly idle. So basically, how you do it? Basically, you bring the throttle here, then you press it with your. Let me see if I will remember it. With your right mouse click. And then you press the... Oops, no, it's not like that. How was it? I couldn't remember. There was a way to just move this stuff here automatically. You can just use the throttle, of course. I guess it's gonna go... I don't remember how it was done. No, it shouldn't be this. This, hold it. Oh, maybe this is not possible on 2024. Okay, I'm gonna do like this. Yeah, but then it's gonna be a problem. Nice, I don't remember. I can check when we cruise. But anyway, so we are in flight idle now. Auxiliary fuel pump, auto. Fuel selector, auto. We have to turn on the autopilot and trim. Generator is already fine. In the AC mask. What? So bleed air auto. AC, I don't think it's really simulated. That would be interesting, but I don't think it is. Yeah, we have to do it, but wait a sec. Because you know in the Vision Jet, I guess it is. Let's see. General? No. Oh wow. Yeah, but that's automatic. Landing lights. No. I don't think it's simulated at all. But anyway, it's not a problem, of course. So. Okay, we're fine actually. I'm gonna set this at... Okay, pilot and passenger, yeah, of course. AC on. Yeah, why not? It's 28 degrees outside, so... That's fine. Okay, flight plan. Flight plan, we can of course import the flight plan from VATSIM. Sorry, from SimBrief. You just need to go here, here, and wait to be loaded. Which can take a while. I don't know why this stuff is so slow every time, but yeah, it is what it is. And yeah, we can't change it. I don't remember if I was using this or, I mean, this one. Yeah, I guess this for radio. Oh yeah, there we have it. Request, import, and it should be fine. We just have a one waypoint, which is Yeah, because this is the arrival, this is the departure. But can we see the flight plan? Yeah, we can. Yeah, Kuala is the only waypoint we have. Basically, this is all departure and this is all arrival. So that's fine, that's correct. We already have, again, the arrival, which we can check. Yeah, it's this one here. We can check together, of course. Let's view. I need to connect my... Wow, but I don't remember this. I guess you have to hold it. And... Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Now I remember. So you have to hold it with the left button of your mouse. Left button, and then you click the right one. And it's gonna switch like this. Alright. Alrighty here as well. I'm gonna show you the departure as always. iPad source. Okay, there we go. So, departure, which is not loaded at all, interesting. I guess we do have to do it manually. Yeah, this one. So it's the Kuala 3 Alpha, that's it. So basically take off, we have some constraint for sure. Many constraint actually. Below 6,000, below 8,000, and then just climb. But yeah, interesting. Very interesting. I don't know why they have... I don't think. I mean, I don't know, but probably there is some traffic here. But yeah, looks kind of interesting to me. I have a complex departures as this here, but whatever. Before taxi, MFD is set up. Altimeter set local, of course, which is 1011. Oh, let me check it from here. Yeah, 1011 confirmed. 1011. This stuff here is still completely unuseful. Yeah, it is. Okay, never mind. So 1011. Transponder is set. PFD is fine. Inertial separator. Yeah, we can't take off with inertial separator on. But you know that the TBM is a plane that usually doesn't really like to take off with many debris, of course. We have a big intake here, very close to the ground, so yeah. Let's use the inertial separator, why not? We have to remember to switch it off, but it's indicated here when it's on, so it's not that hard. Inertial separator on, flight control check. Let's check from here if we do have the right configuration, which is the case. Flaps up, landing light on taxi. Yeah, but I want to do... Yeah, I want to do a bit of autopilot. I don't have it in my checklist. Because, first thing first, I don't remember at all the climb speed, but I guess it's around 175 knots. Typical climb speed of a TBM. So 6,000 feet, we have a constraint. And we need... Do we have... No, okay. So rotation around 75 to 85 knots, probably mainly around 85. Yeah, we do have wait a sec. Oh, we didn't do the weight and balance, my god. So we should take off around yeah, 2.9 tons. This looks fine. Let's try like this. Maybe it's less, 60. Fuel sink. Let's see the hike. Oh wow, that's kind of overweight. Why is that? That's strange because yeah, it's not calculating this basically because there is no that seats. So it's 267 kilos of passenger basically, but yeah, I'm assuming it's not counting the... Yeah, it's counting the first officer, but yeah, as you can see, it's 0 here, so this stuff is not really working properly. Let's just go with a 0 here, unfortunately, but whatever. Okay, I'm gonna buy this. This is fine. Reserves is... Reserves is 238. Nice. Okay. Yeah. And I want speeds. Hold on. So V rotation 90 knots is fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's perfectly okay. Okay. So we set some autopilot. Climb speed. Climb speed would be around from 124 to 170, but this plane is quite powerful, so we're gonna climb 170. Yeah, that's it. We can taxi. Nobody around us. And we're gonna go to the left here and backtrack. Let's go. Okay, more power. There we have it. So then, after we take off, I'm gonna talk to you about why this registration number is so important to me. Okay, we're entering runway, landing lights on. No, we should have turned on taxi as well. Wow, it's so low, the seats. Yeah, I think the default view is it's very low. I don't like it very much, to be honest. Maybe we can do something like this, I guess. Yeah, this is better. Okay. Yeah. So let's backtrack a little bit. Yeah, we don't really need all the runway, of course. This is an extremely good plane, takeoff and landing wise. You know, TBM is an incredible machine. So let's do some checklists. So before takeoff, auxiliary fuel pump is auto, fuel selector is auto, inertial separator is required and it's on. Stall and pitot on. Flaps set for takeoff. Horrible sound still, but whatever. I'm gonna turn here. Bleed air is auto. Trim is set for takeoff, hopefully. I'm gonna keep the trim like this. Yeah, perhaps a little bit of nose down. At least to be in green arc. Okay, there we go. I have no idea about the trim setting of this plane because I can't find any information, but we are in green arc. So yeah, I'm gonna keep it like this. Altitude selector is set, transponder is set, landing lights and strobe lights is okay. So we're gonna set up the torque at 100%, release brakes, and around 85 knots, 80 to 85 knots, we're gonna start rotating. Positive rate gear up, flaps up above 110 knots, which is gonna happen very fast. Yaw damper on, and initially climb speed. Yeah, we can use 124, but we're gonna accelerate pretty soon. I don't know if we have a toggle button. Is this a toggle button? Yes, it is. Okay. So, can I arm nav or it's gonna mess up? No, it's gonna mess up. And now I messed up everything. So nav off. Toggle. Okay, let's go. Parking brake released. Let's see this engine if it's stable. What's this? Okay. And set up 100% of torque. Okay, this is fine. Brake release. Rotate. Okay, positive rate, no more runway available, gear up. Actually we had some runway, but whatever. Trim up, yeah, trim was definitely too much down. Yeah, ITT, this is a classical. Reducing power for now. Okay, yaw damper, nav. On the flight director. Wow, I love how it does fly. Okay, reducing power. ITT is fine now. Fly level change. Fly level change set. Autopilot. Flaps up. Look at this city here. City of Palembang. Wow. Super cool. Okay, now we can definitely start accelerating. So initial separator off. Let's do some after takeoff checklist. So climb, landing gear is up, flaps is up, yaw damper is on. Landing lights are still on for now. Initial separator off, pressurization is working, I guess. Yeah, you have to pay attention on pressurization in the TBM because it can take a while. We will see how it does go today. Okay. Altimeter, for now we're gonna keep this. And yeah, definitely we can start accelerating. We're gonna need some direct as well. Let me import this on Volante. Okay. So we can go direct for sure to... Well, I don't have the procedure here, of course. So I'm gonna check the direct on my Navigraph. For now, let's accelerate a little bit, 150 knots. Actually, let's go 170 knots immediately. That doesn't make any sense to wait. 170 knots set on our climb performance. We are all good. We just have to switch the landing lights off above 10,000 feet. We're gonna climb until... yeah, we can go direct to Kuala actually. But let's go direct to Omgot. Okay, I didn't select. That's done right. Okay, let's do a U-turn and then go direct. Okay, let's go. Let's see also the area. Yeah, I don't like this heading. Well, we're climbing 2,000 feet per minute even if we reduce to 170 knots. Look at this, by the way. That's the airport from which we just took off. Wow, look at this river here. I remind you, we are flying in Indonesia today. And now I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the history of this plane actually, because it's a long one. Okay. Let's continue climb. We are in radar vectoring, so yeah, we don't care about constraint. 120, sorry, 1,000, 12,000 feet. Can't talk, as always. Zoom out. Do we have traffic on here, right? Yeah. Okay. So now we can go direct to Omgot. Flight plan. Omgot direct. Activate. And back to nav. Alright. So I'm climbing to around 2,000 feet per minute. That's completely fine. Again, you have to pay attention on the differential pressure on the TBM. Can take a while to pressurize, so long story short, you don't have to rush the climb at all. Doesn't make any sense. Otherwise, you will have to, if you want to do a proper simulation, you will just have to wait at some point to let the plane yeah, have a correct differential pressure. Otherwise, technically, you should explode. I mean, oh yeah. It's not gonna happen, of course. So our cabin altitude currently is 1,000 feet and we are pressurizing 400 feet per minute. So we will have to monitor this. Okay, so we have to climb flight level 280. This is gonna not a short flight actually. So yeah, basically this TBM, okay, let's start a little bit with some history. This TBM here, India Tango Oscar Lima Alpha, as you can see here, this is a fictional registration number. I don't even know if it does exist a plane with this one in real life, but definitely it's not a TBM, if you check. And this is the plane in which I did the, I mean, initially was supposed to be a world tour, but then end up being a half of the world tour. That was long time ago. I streamed it all, in the purple platform actually. Standard pressure, by the way. Yeah, it's like something that I did 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago. I don't remember now. I was very inexperienced on flight simulator, but extremely funny still. And unfortunately, I didn't have Volanta at the time, so I don't have the path I did with this plane. And I reached Tasmania from northern Italy. And now what I'm doing is basically bring the plane back very, very slowly. I mean, but yeah, sometime I'm doing this routing here to start bringing the plane back to home. Let me show you the path I did. I guess, yeah, as you can see, I start using Volanta after I reached Tasmania, basically. So I don't have any path going there, but coming back here, yeah. Basically what I did is similar to what we are doing now with the Kodiak. I remind you that there is a world tour ongoing with the Kodiak. What is this stuff here? This is kind of messed up. But anyway, so yeah, with the TBM I did all the Croatia coastline, then I went to Greece, and then Turkish, all the way here. Then we were in the Caspian Sea. We went in Iran, Afghanistan. Here we did the Arirut path, Arirut River path, which is kind of the same stuff I'm doing with the Kodiak. A little bit different. We cut Greece completely, but. And then I went, yeah, into Pakistan. We went to Karakoram to see the K2, and then we went to Nepal and to see Everest, Tibet. We did a trip around Tibet, and then all the way down until Indonesia, where we are now. All Indonesia, and then Australia, crossing Australia, Sydney, Melbourne, and then here. And now I'm coming back. Of course, I'm doing. It's gonna be a sharp line here. Today I wanted to fly the TBM, so why not doing a? Why not use it? I mean, I have a TBM in Europe, in Rotterdam, but yeah, why don't we use this one here? So I don't even know if we'll ever be back to North Italy. But yeah, we'll see. Because the problem of the TBM is that the range is not that incredible, honestly. It's a good range, of course, but I guess you can fly around realistically 5 hours, more or less, 4.5, 5 hours, because you have to consider go around, of course, and all those stuff, which is kind of annoying. Not really annoying, but yeah, when you do a proper simulation, you have to consider all these factors. So flying it during night is kind of, yeah, I should wake up in the middle of the night to land the plane, which is not that bad. Which, I mean, you never know, could happen in the future. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to cross. Yeah, I want possibly to cross from northern Indonesia to Sri Lanka. I don't even know if that's actually possible. Let me see here. Let's investigate. Yeah, we do have an airport. I've been here. I remember this last time I did a world tour with the TBM. I've been in this airport here. It was terrible weather for what I remember. I don't even know if I'm right. I don't know if it was this or this. No, this is Jakarta. I don't remember, honestly. But here from... This is Colombo. No. Well, whatever. I mean, oh no, this is not a big city at all. I don't know Sri Lanka, whatever. So let's see. Wow. Well, yeah, the TBM can definitely do this. I mean, yeah, for sure. For sure. Let me see the TBM 930 range. I mean, I guess you have like at 75%, maybe 60%, you have 6 hours of fuel. And you're cruising, depend on wind, but you can cruise around 300 knots with this thing here. Ground speed, of course. TBM 930 range. Wow, 1,730 nautical miles, that's a lot. So considering considering yeah, considering the go around, the alternate and everything, realistically probably 100. I mean, of course depend of the alternate, but usually can be realistically 100, 1200, sorry, 1300 should be completely fine. So you can actually go from here to even India directly. Wow, look at India, my god. This is all, I mean, what the fuck? It's all IFR condition, minimum VFR condition. It's foggy as hell there. That's incredible. So yeah, but basically the plan to bring back the plane is doing this, then probably here, and then crossing directly to there. Yeah. And then cross here, here, here. There should be something for sure. Yeah, so definitely have more direct path than before, and then go back to northern Italy. Yeah, it's not that long actually from where we are. 1000, let's see, 1000, 1600, 2000, 2500, let's say, 3500, 4000, 4500. It's 5000 miles. Yeah, 5000 miles in real life with a TBM. Let's see how long is gonna take to do. Keep climb, by the way. Yeah, I'm not increasing power for now, again due to the problem with the cabin altitude. Let's enjoy the area a little bit. Wow, it's super flat, this area, of course. 5000 nautical miles with a TBM. Yeah, I should have asked 930 and 50. No, and 30. Yeah, ChatGPT is so cool for this kind of stuff. I mean, not reliable, of course, but yeah, for simulation it's very cool. To ask how long it's gonna take to do 5000 nautical miles with a TBM. In 3 legs? Yeah, 3 legs is impossible. 17 hours. Yeah, realistic turn time. Yeah, third ground. 50. 1 hour and a half per stop. 2-3 hours to ground start. Oh wow, it's calculating everything. Consider. Yeah, because it doesn't consider go around and alternate. Consider also go around and alternate for fuel calculation. Yeah, by the way, probably in real life it's gonna take like 3 days, something like that. 8 hours per day. I mean, 8, no, even less. But yeah, 3 days for sure. He's gonna be back doing something realistic. Yeah, we're going towards some weather again. Now our destination is okay. Let me remove all this crazy stuff here. It's in minimum VFR condition. We have an ILS there. That's fine. But yeah, hopefully it doesn't get too worse. Yeah, 4 leg is more realistic. 1250 nautical miles. So 4 legs. Yeah, but it's not telling me the. Yeah, 4 legs. Okay, it's 5 hours per legs. Yeah, that makes sense. So 5 hours. You could. I mean, if you're really, you can do it in 2 days if you want to fly 10 hours per day, which I don't even think you're allowed to do it, honestly. Don't know. But yeah, or 3 days. I mean, you can do like probably 5 legs, little less. Okay, 5 legs could be, yeah, around 8 hours per day. Okay, yeah, 3 days and actually 2 days and a half. And you're back to Italy. Why? Okay, let's finish our climb. So yesterday again we did a nice live stream chasing storm with the MB339. Okay, let's add some power. Yeah, as you can see here we are very close to maximum differential pressure. So again, it's not really needed to climb fast with the TBM. It doesn't make any sense. Let me see something on the checklist before. Cruise. Okay, normal cruise 85%. So yeah, I was saying we did this. At least for me, was super funny live stream, flying this military trainer plane, the MB339er. It's quite a famous one because it's what they use for Le Frecce Tricolore. If you don't know, this is plates, by the way. Interesting. And yeah, that was super funny. I want to do it again. We have some good storms here, hurricane actually, and typhoon around the world at the moment. Which, okay, let's go direct to Kuala now. Actually, yeah, let's go direct to Kuala. Okay. How long it's gonna take? 23 minutes, but we still have to accelerate. Yeah, I completely forgot. I wanted to go direct to Kuala, but then I forgot. So yeah, but we have to accelerate. We're gonna accelerate quite a lot when we finish climb. So yeah, that was super funny. Super funny. Unfortunately, it's kind of complex to do this stuff. I mean, the stuff that we did yesterday is completely impossible on VATSIM. Also, doing transfer flight with a military plane. I was talking about this yesterday. It's not that easy. In addition, yeah, yesterday was just a storm over Italy. But if you have to spot a hurricane, you need something that can go higher and faster. Like an F-35, for example. The problem with the F-45 is that it's super boring to me. I mean, it's not a good simulation on the plane, but not because the developers are bad, of course, at all, but because it's basically a completely unknown plane. So they are trying to do something which can be close to something similar, but yeah, we don't know how. We don't know how actually how F-35 does flight. So, and the MB339 is very weak. There is the F-14, of course, but yeah, it's kind of a complex plane. I mean, I was flying the F-14 in MSFS, of course, not in DCS or nothing like that. But yeah, that was cool anyway. So yeah, F-35 is a possibility anyway. But yeah, I want to do this kind of flight sometime. I also want to do a transfer flight of the 339er some days. I have it in a very weird place. I have to move it before. But then we can do some transfer flight VOR to VOR to this kind of navigation offline from VATSIM. Could be done online, of course, but it's very complex. Yeah, so if we are very confident, I mean, I did it in the past on VATSIM, not streaming that kind of stuff, but yeah, even the controller was a little bit surprised, even though it's completely fine. I mean, again, you can do transfer flight of a military plane on VATSIM. You can't do military operation without an authorization, but you can do transfer flight. So you can take an F-35 and go from A to B. The only problem is again that those planes doesn't have GPS working. For sure the MB339er. So the GPS is there, in real life they have a GPS, but in the sim is not operating. So you have to go VR to VR, which is already something strange, and on top of that you're using a military plane, which is even more surprising. But yeah, we're gonna do it for sure. We're gonna do it offline from VATSIM, that's for sure. And pretty soon, I guess, because it was super funny. Also, if we do it offline from VATSIM, when we finish the transfer, we can have some fun. We can do some maneuver, some loop, some stuff like that. But yeah, yesterday was super funny for me. Those planes are funny. That's obvious. I mean, if you're used to flying A320 or 737 and you take a 339, especially a 339, this which is used again for aerobatic stuff, that's an insanely funny insanely funny machine to fly. But so yeah, we're gonna be back with that for sure. Wow, the wind is changing. And we are also almost finishing our cruise. Let me add some power. 85% at least. We want to keep it there. And as soon as we level up, we're gonna accelerate quite a lot, you will see. This plane doesn't have auto throttle. This version, actually, the 930 does have it, also 960, which is the most advanced, I guess, version of the TBM does have the auto throttle, which is a nice addition, to be honest. And oh, hello. Now we are fully loaded. Why this is? Oh wow, this is closing. Wow. You can't open this. Very interesting. Very interesting. So okay, whatever. I remind you, we're flying the TBM 930. We are flying into Indonesia today. We're doing this flight here. We are around here, there. We have a nice IFR condition. Look at those volcanoes, by the way. Indonesia is the definition of volcano land. Look at this. Look at this island. Volcano, 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 volcano. Yeah. And as you know, oh my god, sometimes I'm a disaster. Oh my god. As you know, I was saying they have some of the most famous volcanoes in the world. One is here, is the Krakatoa. It's this one here, or this one. No, I guess it's this one here. This is an old structure, but this is the Krakatoa. And another one, not another wise. Is it Tambora? I don't remember the exact name, but yeah, it's right there. These are one of the most famous volcanoes in the world. Another one is right here, which is a super volcano, which I don't remember the name at now. But yeah, incredible history of this volcano there. You can search online about volcano in Sumatra Island. And let me just check. I guess it's the Tambora, the other one. Tambora. Yeah, Tambora. That's correct. Let me show you a image of it. Real life image. There we have it. Yeah. So it's the land of volcano. The perfect definition of land of volcano. Landing lights off. Acceleration. So we're gonna gain some speed now around, okay, we have crosswind mainly, a little bit of tailwind, so we're gonna cruise around 330, 340 probably, which is gonna expedite quite a while our flight. Now current position is here. We're going direct to Kuala. We have to check the arrival procedure pretty soon. But yeah, today we're flying in the lowlands. We have some volcano in the distance there. There is one here and there is one there. But yeah, pretty easy situation for the moment. Wow, visibility is 7,000 meters on ground. Speaking of which, let's give a check to the procedure now, because The arrival is Kuala 1 Mike, which is not showing there as well, but I guess because it's this one. Kuala 1 Mike, yeah. Kuala 1 Mike will bring us to Idmux. We have some below altitude constraints, so yeah, as at the top of this end, we're gonna go direct to Idmux directly, probably. We'll see, but can be. Let's spin it here. And as an approach, we want the ILS, of course. Oh wait, actually, let me check. So chart. So we have the ILS. The minimum of the ILS is 307 feet ground. The RMP should be higher. No, it's the same. Wow. Very interesting. But yeah, we're gonna do the ILS. I mean, the VR, of course, is gonna be higher just to confirm it. 457. Okay, so select an approach, remove this, there we go. And this is the arrival we're gonna shoot. Very simple, very basic. We have some elevation here actually, interesting. So yeah, it's not very basic because of this, but okay, so after Imux, descend 2500, 10 miles, descend 1700. Interesting, that's an interesting approach. Okay. Yeah, let's import everything. Actually, the arrival procedure is already there. We just have to import the approach, transition in Idmux, and minima. It's barometric minima because it's not a category 3 or 2 or 1 ILS. It's 420 feet. That's fine. Load. Okay, let's go. Continuing our trip. So how are we doing with the acceleration? 321 knots. Cool. Cabin altitude. Yeah, we are on the edge. I never know if you have to deal with this stuff here. Okay, this is to deploy. I guess the oxygen should be on. Let me see if I have something in my checklist. Before start, no. Oxygen. There is nothing about oxygen. Okay. I'm assuming that it's fine. Let me see. A couple of stuff here. Okay, that's fine. Alright. Alrighty. So yeah, let's check the meter. Which we forgot. I forgot. So meter is, we have wind calm, visibility on ground 7 km, scattered cloud 1300, QNH 1009, 84% of humidity, so that can make some foggy for sure. So yeah, there is some fog. It's not gonna be the easiest approach ever, that's for sure. So after Kuala we can go direct. I think we can just go direct to Idmux. I mean, there is no controller, still nobody. Yeah, as you can see, it looks like we are still a lot of. I mean, we just made this small segment, but yeah, again, we did the climb, and now we are cruising. Yeah, kind of faster before. I mean, compared to before, at least 40 knots faster than during the final climb phase. But yeah, overall looks. Wow, look at those rivers. I mean, this island have some. I mean, it's a big island, of course, but they do have some very big river, even though it's just an island. It's super rainy here. Yeah, when I was doing the world tour, I was trying to fly VFR, and was super hard to find some days without rain. Probably was the wrong season. Was it like yeah, I guess was like spring in Europe. I guess it's rainy season here. I guess, I'm not sure, but it was super rainy every single day. Super hard to do, but yeah, whatever. Oh wow, 81%. We want to cruise 85%, so let's add some power. Okay, 83, even more. 85. Okay. And if you have any question, feel completely free to ask, of course. Would be a pleasure to answer. This is the coastline of the, I have no idea. And I don't, okay, it's the South China Sea. And it's the Java Sea, probably still here. In connection. And this is the Indian Ocean. It's flying here. What? That's a very strange flight plan. Is it doing this for real? Wow. It's very strange. Whatever. Super strange. But yeah. So the TBM, I mean, on takeoff was flying quite good, to be honest. We'll see on the approach. This one has been one of the most legendary plane on MSFS for sure, because I mean it's cool, nice shape, it's fast, can fly high. Oh wow, look at that. And yeah, on top of that, this plane is present in the default version of the plane. Even in 2020 was there, and was one of the first plane to be modded by flightsim.io community. There was a nice mod, and there was also nice mod for the flight model enhancement of the plane and everything. And also there was a working title G3000 mod, which at the time you had to install manually from their website. Initially was very different, but in the first few months was updated quite heavily. Again, just installing mod, but whatever. So yeah, especially in the first period, was one of the shining plane there. There was this one, there was the CJ4 for sure, and there was the fly-by-wire A320. I'm talking about the very first month of Flight Simulator before the CRJ, which is not incredibly great to be honest, but it was very cool at the time. Before the CRJ, and even after the CRJ, I think that from the CRJ to the release of the 737, A320 Phoenix, MD-80, Just Fly, BA-146, has passed 1 year at least. So the first year and a half of 2020, this plane was one of the most used. Again, there was just the A320 fly-by-wire, this one here, some GA of course, and the CJ4. 787 was very, very bad. 747 as well. There was this Salty Simulator, Salty Sim, I guess was mod. Nothing too great, to be honest. And there was this heavy, I don't remember, for the 787. I never really used it too much. So yeah, then there was the big update of working title on the 74 and 78, which made a lot of difference at the time. But yeah, the initial year and a half was just about this free play mainly, because also the longitude I don't think was that great at the time. Yeah, I wasn't using it at all, so I don't think it was great. Yeah, of course you can use the mod, but I remember some bugs. This was definitely better. So yeah, for the people that start using 2020 since the early day, this is a very nice. I mean, it's always a nice feeling to fly the TBM, to be back here. I travel half of the world with this plane here, so yeah. Nowadays, of course, you have many options, but even nowadays, okay, it does have the G3000, which is kind of a downgrade if you are in a learning path, because this extremely good glass cockpit, I don't think they are that good for to learn. I mean, you can of course remove this stuff here, use this one, but yeah, still is analogic is way better. But but still, I mean, if you are in a learning path and you did your nice VFR training, checking what is VFR online, learning VFR, flying it with your nice analogic Cessna 172 or this 152, it's okay as well. You start so you do your VFR training, you are on VATSIM, VFR on VATSIM. You did some IFR training, VR approach, NDB approach. You can also, I don't think you have dual. Yeah, the problem with the 152, for what I remember, it doesn't have DME, it doesn't have a dual VOR. I don't remember. Yeah, I never fly the 152. But yeah, the Cessna 172, the analogic one, which is only for the deluxe version and premium deluxe, of course. Yeah, that one does have it. Yeah, there is like this gap, unfortunately, on the Stardom version of the sim. When you have to do like old school IFR flight, which I mean again without any GPS, so just glass cockpit. Sorry, just analogic. Your VOR, your compass, your NDB. That's it. Yeah, that specific. Okay, I don't know nowadays because I have the aviator version of the plane of the sim, so I have no idea which are the. We can actually check it. I mean, it's a long time I don't check this. MSFS 2024 default aircraft. Complete lineup. I don't even know. Okay, standard edition. Okay. The plane without liveries. Okay. Wow, the Beluga is default. Yeah, this is G1000 as well. Oh wow, this is default. Yeah, Cessna 152. Unfortunately, as you can see, the Cessna 172 is just the G1000 version, and also the Grand Caravan does have the G1000. This one here is a twin engine, right? A single engine aircraft. Oh wow. Well, let me see from here. Oh wow, is this? Oh, I don't know about this. Yeah, I should check this one. Perhaps it's an interesting choice. Okay, CJ4. Ultralight. Yeah, the problem is the... Okay, let's check from here. CJ4. We have this ultralight here. Wow, the Vision Jet. This is an incredible plane to be default. On the... No, okay, this is not really great. X-Cab. Wait, I never opened the 810. The extra. Is this one from Milvitz? Or Inibuilds? No, I don't know. Yeah, it's Pilatus. Wow, in this. BL3, but another glass cockpit plane. So yeah, still, I guess, for the standard version of the sim, I mean, from the, I don't really care the other one, because from the deluxe version you already have the G1, I mean the Cessna 172 without the G1000, which is a great plane. Okay, actually we can go direct to final now. Let me just check if, okay, no control. Okay, let's go. Okay, so yeah, I was saying basically for your training is still the same situation. So I really suggest you to use the Cessna 152 for VFR because you don't have a glass cockpit mainly. It's very slow, but it's fine. I mean, again, VFR, if you're starting, if you want to switch to use randomly the sim and start doing some proper simulation, you have to learn VFR in my opinion. Just, I mean, it's not a long way to learn it. Just study a little bit online. It's full of video again, and then check. I mean, and then check VATSIM, join it, and start doing some flights around your area, your local airport. You know the area very well, so it's gonna be way easier. Unfortunately, if you're living in a remote area, that's still fine initially. Again, VFR is not, as I always said, is not that easy. On yeah, like jumping around the world and want to fly by VFR is not that easy at all. But whatever. Yeah. So Cessna 152 is definitely a good choice. I don't think you can do a proper training for IFR because it's missing some very important stuff. As the I guess the DME is missing. I don't know. It was missing on 2020. I'm sure about it. But there was a nice mod then at some point. I don't know if the 152 of 2024 is very different. We can do a flight with a 152 one day, or just check the cockpit maybe. You can of course learn how to use the G1000 for that purpose. Again, it's not the best way to go, but it's probably the only one, the only real alternative. You have, I don't know about the Carenado plane. Okay, that's fine. Or you can get a custom plane. I don't like the, I mean, the best one of course is the A2A PA24 that does have dual, I mean, does have DME of course and dual VR. It's a super cool plane. But yeah, I was saying initially about the TBM that after you did your IFR procedure, ILS, VOR, I mean, the Cessna 172 with the G1000 is pretty cool because you can actually, it does have a dual VOR, of course, and NDB of course, and you can use it also to shoot some air nav approach, which is kind of interesting initially. But then if you don't want to do some more realistic procedure, EFR, not switching immediately to a liner, you can use the TBM. I mean, it's a nice choice, or the CJ4. CJ4 is faster, TBM is lower. The big difference when you're switching to a bigger plane is that everything happens faster. So intercepting an LS, doing a final, it's all way faster than the normal. That's why it's better to jump. I mean, jumping from, for example, a 172 to a CJ4 is a big difference on speed. With the TBM is it's like a, I mean, gentle approach on commercial flights. But yeah, whatever. All this stuff for saying that the TBM is a really good plane at the end of the day. There is also a payware version of the TBM, which is cool. It's very cool. I don't know which kind of people are interested in that, especially in 2024, because before, before you have the option to purchase. I mean, if you really like the type, you had some option, free option mainly. Actually 4 options, because you have the PC-12 of SWS, you add the Vision Jet, and you add the Honda Jet. Of course, 2 are very nasty plane, landing on grass, landing on dirt, short takeoff and landing capability. Of course, PC-12 and TBM. And the other two are more executive plane. But yeah, I mean, the HondaJet is a little bit faster, that's for sure. But yeah, kind of similar cruise speed. Vision Jet, TBM, and PC-12. And kind of similar procedure you can do. So in 2020 you just have the TBM by default. You could choose between another TBM, better simulation definitely, but it's still a TBM, or the Vision Jet, which is a great plane in my opinion. But nowadays, in 2024, we have to descend. In 2024, by default, you have the TBM, of course, but then you have the Vision Jet default plane. That's a very good plane. We flew it many times recently. We flew it 3 times or 2 times at least in the last 2 weeks. Extremely good plane. If you saw my live stream already, you know how much I like the TBM that is present by default in the sim. And you have also the PC-12, which I never use actually. Is a Carenado plane. I don't really love Carenado, to be honest, but you have it. I mean, I don't think it's so worse compared to this TBM, for example. So, wow, I mean, the other TBM it's kind of, I mean, you really have to like, I mean, long story short, you really have to like the plane to have another TBM. And I don't know why they're not providing the HondaJet for 2024, honestly. It's the same developer of the Vision Jet, of course. Or maybe they are, which... and I don't even know it. Okay, let's descend. We can descend quite a lot now. At least 12,000 feet. So I remind you, we are flying in Indonesia. We are flying, of course, the TBM 930 here. And we are currently... Okay, let me close this guy. We are currently here. We are approaching our destination. Okay, there is some rain also. And we have a nice VFR condition. Meter is still, let's see. Okay, lower visibility than before. That's very interesting. We have 6,000 meters of visibility on ground, and we have broken 4,100. And as we saw before, we have also some rain approaching the airport here, or I don't know if it's approaching, but it's around the airport. So I really hope we will be able to land immediately, because I don't want to go to the alternate at all. Our minima is 307 feet from ground, which is not even the best minima. Usually an ILS approach have 200 feet from ground. Normal ILS approach I'm talking about, of course. But yeah, this is what we got today. We have to increase our descent rate, 2,000 feet per minute. Yeah, we have a vertical path. Continue descent. Let's go to land this plane here. We are at 10 minutes to the arrival. I don't know why. Okay, yeah. What? Ah, no, sorry. This is UTC time, my bad. So, yeah, 10 minutes basically. How many miles from the next way? Okay, 65.8 miles. That's quite a lot. Why we are so bad on the vertical? I mean, we're not so bad on the vertical path, but we're still pretty far, to be honest. We are already at 24,000 feet. Okay, never mind. Keep descending. I don't know the... I mean, should be indicated. I don't think that the TBM can overshoot 250 knots. I'm not sure. It's kind of strange to me. Let's continue accelerate for now. I mean, there is no reason. I'm gonna remove some power. I want to keep the engine around 85 on 85% on the torque, but yeah, we shouldn't overshoot 250 knots, to be honest, but yeah, that's kind of surprising to me. I don't actually know for sure. We should have that information here. So let's check. Maximum operating speed is 266 knots. Oh yeah, that's fine. Oh yeah, that's perfectly correct, actually. Good to know. Okay. So we can descend at 3,000 feet. We're gonna, of course, go there soon. I'm gonna maintain this constraint here for now. Actually, we can set 8,000 now. Okay. So hopefully we're gonna do it first try. Otherwise, it's a big problem. I mean, we should go to the alternate. But I'm optimistic. We will be able to. I mean, it's minimum VFR condition. It's not IFR or limited IFR condition at all. And also on top of that, usually, honestly, from my experience, Flight Simulator is a little bit gentle on that. So if you have, it's always a little bit better, especially 2024 on visibility and weather condition than the meter is. Also because it's a little bit delayed, I guess, but I guess in 2024 I never had to go around for, no, I'm quite sure I never had. In 2020, yeah, it happened to me sometime, but yeah, we never had to go around for, and due to visibility reason. That's very interesting statistics to honestly. We had to go around for turbulence problem. Indeed, now I have turbulence in medium because in realism it's terrible. We experienced it with the Cirrus over Munich a couple of weeks ago. But yeah. Okay. Now whatever, I mean. Let's continue descent. I see the destination there. We are right on the vertical path. Plane is depressurizing. Checklist, let me see. I mean, the TBM is pretty simple. So descent checklist, you have to do nothing. I mean, the minimum is already set. Yes, it is. And let me just check the speed, but this is fine. We can approach around 100, perhaps a little bit fast. Yeah, I'm gonna check my checklist. Yeah, we'll have to set the altimeter, of course. Okay, so instrumental approach, landing lights, speed 150 knots. Flaps 1 can be deployed at 175, I guess. 178, and flaps 2 122. Okay. So according to my checklist, you have to approach around from 80 to 85 knots. We're gonna keep 85 knots and flare and touchdown around 75, but we don't care about that. Of course, the plane is gonna slow down when we go to idle. Okay. So yeah, 85 knots is fine. Well, we can actually change, of course, the speed from here. You can edit that. Oops. So speed box. This is rotation speed, but no, approach speed, my bad. 85, that's fine. Okay, that's perfect. That's perfect. Continue descent. Let me reduce power a little bit. Keeping the plane on 85. If you have any question, you can of course ask. As always. This was quite a sharp descent. 2000 feet per minute all the time. For TBM. Okay, the torque is. Let me add power some power. I mean, we are still very far. We are still 34 miles from the. Well, not that far actually now. From the initial part of our ILS approach. Sync the heading. Heading in sync. Does it have auto sync here? No. Okay. Heading in sync. We can also switch to heading, I guess. But are we gonna lose the VNav? Sorry, the vertical path? No. So heading select CDI. Yeah, but like this we're gonna lose the. Okay, no. Let's keep GPS for now. Nav. Yeah, let's keep this because otherwise we're not gonna have the vertical path, which we are getting lower. Should we reduce? I don't think. Okay, 25 miles. 25 miles. We are at 12,000 feet. Yeah, probably we can reduce a little bit. But if we reduce here, we're gonna, of course, reduce speed. And then we have to reduce more. And then we have to reduce speed. So, okay, let's increase power. Long story short. Okay. Alright, 11,000 feet, landing lights on. Still very high, but let's go. So apparently there is no cabin temperature simulation on the plane. Then we have fuel, electrical, general. General is weird because, yeah, general what? I mean, yeah, of course, pitot heat and stall heat on. Landing elevation should be there. Yeah. But other than that, we don't have any info about the plane. I guess at least, I mean, I can't find anything. As you know, this G3000 version is way more basic than the real one, which is a reason that for many people the G1000 plane, G3000 plane are not so appealing. Okay, so now we don't want to overshoot 250 knots. We are below 10,000 feet. Continue descent 3,000. We can also use the green banana as a reference now. Okay, so in this case I'm gonna sync the heading select, and switch the CDI into the ILS, which is not receiving at the moment, which does make sense. We are still very far from the airport. And yeah, I think it's gonna auto-tune the course when we are there. Okay. Yeah, as you can see, not the best weather at all. Meter is 37 minutes old. Visibility 6 kilometer and broken 4,100. And let's see the rain there was. I don't think this is updated, or maybe it is. Yeah, there is some rain very close to our airport actually, which we will see if we're gonna get. I mean, we're gonna get some rain. So heading select now. Zoom in. Yeah, why not? Heading select. 3,000 feet will be around exactly at Idmux. After Idmux, we can descend 2,500 if we need. Otherwise, we are gonna intercept the glide slope directly. As you saw just now, we had the ILS signal, 26 nautical miles. We have our nice localizer. We are gonna arm the localizer. And localizer armed. Okay. QNH 1009er set. And also this side here, but I have to change the setting of it. Okay. 1009er. All right. There we go. There we go. Okay. 23 miles. We are overshooting a little bit. Let's remove power. Okay. Glide slope alive. So I guess we're gonna approach around 150 knots until, without flaps, and probably without gear as well, until no, maybe with the gear down, until 5 nautical miles. Yeah, Because this plane approached very slowly, so it's gonna take forever otherwise. So as soon as we level off, we can't slow down at... I mean, we can maintain torque at 85% and let the plane slow down with that power configuration. And then we are gonna reduce power when we intercept. Wait, gear down speed beats... I guess it's 178, yeah, as flaps 1. Look at the forest, by the way. This side is better, probably. Yeah, but maybe if I go back... I can't go back from this side. I can go back just from this one. Look at this forest, this river. I remind you, we are in Indonesia. Okay, leveling off. 1000 to go. Vertical speed 1000 feet per minute. 85% on torque, and let the plane slow down. Ooh, not too much. 85%. Localizer armed. Wow, look at the visibility. Yeah, oops. That's gonna be very interesting, actually. Okay, we don't have any traffic around here, so I'm not gonna do any call on VATSIM. Localizer capturing, sync the heading on final, which is 002. Confirmed, 002 confirmed. We're gonna overshoot. This is every time annoying, honestly. 15 miles to go still. Landing lights on. We completely overshoot the localizer, but whatever. It's gonna intercept anyway. Let's see if it does. If it lost heat, we have to correct with the heading again. Still localizer active. Level off. We're gonna stay at this altitude. We are slowing down as well. Look at this nice fog, which is not nice at all. We have in front of us. Okay, let's see if it does intercept this time properly. Yeah, I guess so. Glide alive. Glide alive. We're still very far, but approach. What? Okay. Approach armed. Glide slope armed. Okay, speed. Sorry, power 70%. Let's slow down this plane. 70% set. Landing lights. Okay, we're not gonna deploy flaps. Gear before intercepting. And reducing power. Glide slope capture. Okay, let's give a check outside, even if it's completely. I mean, not completely, but it's very foggy outside at the moment. Minima is 307 feet from ground. 8.5 miles. I'm gonna let the plane slow down. Also, you know, the glide slope in 2024 is not that great, as we experienced many times, so it's kind of scary approaching with foggy. But this plane, I mean, the runway is 2,600 meter long. This plane can easily stop in probably 300 meters. So yeah, we have, even if we are high or we float, it's completely fine. By the way, speed check. Gear down. Okay. Gear down. Let's reduce speed. 150 knots. 5 miles still. Okay, 5 miles. Speed checks. Flaps 1. Which is takeoff. Configuration. Let's slow down. 4.5 miles. Wow, it's so tricky with the fog, because also the ground looks closer than what it is, which is also happening in real life. When it's a cloud, if you look mountains in a cloudy day, but they are still visible, or in a foggy like moisture, They looks closer or bigger, let's say, than the usual. No runway in sight. We still have space. That doesn't look promising at all. Slow down. Okay, I'm trying to spot the runway. I see something. Yeah, I see the puppy. It's right there. Speed check, flaps full. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if you're seeing it, but yeah, it's right there. Puppy and runway. So runway in sight. Continue, autopilot off. Yeah, now it's definitely in sight. Okay, approach speed is okay. I don't like that 3 on fine. Oh, it's a double runway, well. I'm gonna assume this one is fine as well, or it's simulated as... Yeah, I guess it's simulated as dust. But whatever. Okay, now let's land on the other one. A little bit of power. Okay. Idle. Oh, power, big floating. Touchdown, reverse. Reversing. Oh my god. Yeah, we have a double runway. That same thing happened to me. Also, oops. In Indonesia? Yeah, in Indonesia with the 737. But whatever, I mean. That was cool. Flaps up. I forgot the yaw damper. Yeah, for sure. I always forgot the yaw damper. Okay, after landing. Oop, should I? Yeah, I want to exit here. Now strobe light's gonna stay on. Flaps up. Inertial separator is on. Trim reset. Okay, we don't reset anything. AC is fine now. And transponder stays on for the moment. Wow, that. Yeah, the airport is very basic. I mean, it's a default one. Not that good. On top of that, yeah, I'm gonna park there. How was the touchdown? Yeah, pretty soft. Yeah, we float a bit. But also it was a... Yeah, of course, due to the... So, basically one runway was just the satellite image. So if you land there, it's gonna... I guess the sim is gonna consider it as a normal terrain, I mean. As grass, probably. And of course the other one was... The smaller one was actual asphalt. So that's why I extend the approach. I mean, of course, the TBM can land wherever it does want, but there was also some lights in the middle of the way. So yeah, I'm taxiing very poorly, but yeah, just to get there. I don't know how to get there, to be honest. And this light should be on taxi, not on landing. Okay, let's do this maneuver here. Okay, let's turn the plane like this. Okay, I love the trees, by the way. Alright, here we are. Shut down. Mixture idle cutoff. That's very interesting on a TBM checklist. Okay. So again, with this stuff here, you have to hold it with the left click of your mouse on the throttle, and then right click, and it's gonna get to the high idle, and then you have to drag it into low idle, which probably sometimes you just cut off the engine. That's kind of normal. Pitot, it should be off. Transponder off. Standby. And okay, bleed air off as well. Engine off. Taxi light should be off. This can goes off. Fuel selector can go manual. Auxiliary fuel pump off. Ignition is auto, but now can be off as well. Nav light and strobe lights off as well. Inertial separator, yeah, you can actually turn it off as well. I don't know if it does the noise. No. Yeah, because when the inertial separator is moving, there is actually a noise. But yeah, you should wait until this stuff here disappear, actually. Which we can do. It's gonna take some second. There we go. And okay, all lights are off. This can goes off as well. Okay. Generator off. This can goes off. Crash bar. Let's go out. Get out of here. Oh, no sound. Why not? How do I get out of here? Okay. And here we are with our nice TBM. That was a cool flight. Classical. Yeah, the TBM again is a very, very nice plane. Look at this detail. Very nice plane. I mean, I really suggest you to use it sometime. Especially if you go. I mean, the cooler stuff you can do with a TBM is like taking off from a very small airport. I don't know, and go in a very big one, full of traffic. It's really cool to do sometime. Messing up with the controller with a slow plane on final. But yeah, so whatever, this is it for today. I really wish you a nice evening and see you next